All right, Brandon, thank you. And topping our news here at noon, of course, we were talking about the UAW strike against General Motors, now entering its fifth week with no clear end in sight. Negotiations do continue today at the RenCen, but on the picket lines, UAW employees now have a renewed incentive to keep up the fight after strike pay was increased over the weekend. Local 4 Business editor Rob Maloney reporting live for us from Detroit this afternoon. The Detroit-Hamtramck Assembly Plan. You've got more on the wide impact that the strike is having on both sides.
Yeah, Ebrod, good day to you. What we're seeing here is that the negotiations have, in fact, gone back. The negotiators have. Last night they talked until about 10 o'clock. They were back at the table again at 8 o'clock today. There is the concern that they need to get to the marathon stage that we've yet to see. We'll talk about that in just a second. But yes, they do have another $25 in strike pay, but they're viewing that here as sort of a stopgap and something that makes them feel a little bit better being out here. But the going is tough. Day 29, the burn barrel stoked and warming as the cold mid-October air moves in on striking GM UAW members. Detroit-Hamtramck strike captain Simon Dandu says newly awarded $275 a week strike pay helps.
Oh, sure. It's just a morale. On top of that, I'll take the occasion to thank you, the community, for the support. They bring us food, drinks, and whatever they can in here to support us. So that's a good boost.
He'd like a settlement this week, and labor expert Arthur Schwartz tells us it should come after marathon talks that we've yet to see.
Well, that's the way it usually goes when you settle. You go to the main table, and there aren't 30 people in the room either when you do this. There's a limited number of people, so you can actually negotiate, and you get it done, and you go round the clock until you get it done.
The Anderson Economic Group says this walkout's been costly. GM's lost more than $1 billion in profits. Line workers lost nearly $750 million in income. The feds and state of Michigan are losing tax dollars. And there's growing sentiment something has to change, and soon.
The company's hurting. The workers on strike are hurting. The communities are hurting. We need to get this thing done.
I'm hoping, they resolve the problem, because either way you look now, everybody's losing.
Well, it's time to get a settlement, at least if you talk to pretty much everybody outside the negotiating table. Inside the negotiating table, they're getting some progress. We were told yesterday that there has been some traction gained, but whether it's enough, well, we have to wait and see. Ebrod, back to you.
Well, Rod, is there any chance at all for those marathon talks?
Well, it could be that they don't get to them this time around. We have a new and fairly inexperienced negotiating team, at least at the head in the leadership. Gary Jones has never done this before, neither has Terry Dittus. And so maybe they don't go for the marathon talks. Now, traditionally, that's how it's been done. Maybe they get there tonight, maybe they don't. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we've been waiting and seeing for quite some time now. Rod, thank you for the update.